Hello, sweet friends and crafters. Welcome to Carol's Craft Cottage. For today's project, I will be featuring hidden paperclip embellishments for your junk journals. So I have 3 different ones here, and I had looked at several different tutorials. There are hundreds of tutorials for hidden paperclip embellishments on YouTube, and so I did kind of adapt some that I watched to my needs for the junk journal that I will be creating. I think the only tutorial I really followed was from Pink Monarch Prints. She had the little pockets. So that one I did follow for sure. So let me go ahead and show you the projects that I did. I created this because I wanted it to hold the whole image of the girl, and I'll show you how that will just clip on to your journal page, and it's going to decorate it beautifully. Isn't that cute? So I have I'm going to be making 6 of each because I'm making at least 3 journals, so I will need them. You don't have to make this many if you are following along with me. All right, so this is the first one. Come out cute, right? This is the second one. This one is an envelope, and then inside the envelope is a little tag, and the tags come from the add-on kit of Cottage Girls from my Porch prints. So cute. Got a little piece of lace underneath. All right, that's that one. And then the next one we have is a pocket. And the little pocket holds these little tickets. And these little tickets come from the Snippet Roll junk journal kit. And we'll be doing a snippet roll later on, but this is what I used to put inside the pocket. And of course I did cut down the little cottage girl. Okay, here's another one and another one, this one and the last one. All right, so let's go ahead and start the tutorial. The first one we're going to do is this one right here. So I'll put this into view so you can see it. This is the simplest one. We're going to start with the simple one. So this is what I have here. I have everything together. All right, so you're going to need 2 pieces of cardstock. The first piece you're going to need is going to be 2 inches by 6 3/4. And then the second piece is 1 1/2 by 6. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the longest one and we're going to fold that in half first. Get your bone folder, get a nice crease. And then you're going to take a paper clip. Now the paper clips that I'm using for this particular project are the jumbo paper clips. And I think you can get these at Walmart. So I'm going to just put that like that. All right, so on these here, you can see that I used my corner rounder. And this is the one I used to create the pretty edge. So before I put the paper clip on, let me go ahead and do that. Let's see if I've got the right side. Yes. So you can just round the corners, or if you have this particular punch, you can use this punch, or you can just leave them square. So the next thing I'm going to do is I have some walnut stain here, and I'm going to go around the entire edge of this. just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of color. And then we're going to take the second piece of cardstock and we are going to fold that in half. Use our bone folder. And then you're going to take your punch again and punch all four corners. All right, and we're going to take the walnut distress ink and go around the edges of that. Okay, then we're going to take and fold this and put our paper clip on. And put your longest end on the front of your cardstock like that. And then we're going to take this, we're going to, I need to do the, forgot to do this part of it. All right, I'm going to take and put this on here, leave it up a little bit. We're going to take this and we're going to take our little X-Acto knife and we are just going to make a little tiny slit on the seam to make the paper clip go through. Mine is almost through. I didn't want to press too hard. All right. So we're going to push the paper clip up through here in that little hole so that we have something that looks like this. All right, and now we're going to take some ribbon, and I know I have some ribbon here, right here, and we're going to put it through there and just do a little tie. All right, and then we're going to pull the paper clip down. So that you can't see it. And then we're going to cut the ribbon here. Now we're going to take our glue and we are going to glue the ends down. And I like to put some on the paper clip so that the paper will stick onto that paper clip and that it won't move. All right, and just press that down. Then we're going to turn it over and do the same thing. And flip that down. All right, now we're going to take our girl, which I've chosen this one for this particular hidden paper clip. And we'll put her in the center. And we have a little bit of lace. The lace I used is from Joann's. It's the Wyla Incorporated, and it's called Wedding Lace, and that's the number right there, WYL 26897. That's the one I've used throughout the whole selection. And I just put a little bit on here so it doesn't shift. Then we're going to put it on top of her legs a little bit. Just like that. And then we have our little words, and I got these words from my Porch prints as well. I'll leave the links in the description box below in case you want to go look at that. So we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And we're going to put it right in the center, right there. All right, and then I made this flower, and this has a little story to go with it. And at the end, I will teach you how to make this flower. And the little story that goes with this is I did some, what do you call it, avocado staining of paper. So I boiled my avocados. You have to boil them for at least an hour. So that one's finished. So the next one we're going to do is, well, we're not finished yet. I forgot to put I need to put my little stones here. So I'm going to choose pink, my little diamonds. So I did some avocado dyeing of paper, and I have some tracing paper, and I thought I would put it in the dye as well. And it is very, very, very thin. So it is a chore to put it in liquid and then take it out because it's very, very fragile. But I was able to do it, and I let it dry. And then after that, I said, oh my goodness, what am I going to use this for? Because it's really fragile. And so I didn't make any more. I just did 2 sheets. And when I was thinking of what I wanted to embellish these little embellishments with, I was thinking I needed a flower that would, when it was in a page, go flat. And that's what this does. So I made these little flowers, and I will teach you how to do that. The other thing I do is on these little girls that have flowers, I go ahead and take my diamond or crystal stickles, whichever one you have and you like, and I just dab it a little bit on the floral parts on the dresses and their little hats, like that. And then that's it. That's done. Really quick and fast project. So the second one we're going to do is the envelope one. And I'll just put this in view so you can see the envelope one while we create it. And I have the envelope, the mini envelope punch board, and the paper size for the one that we are going to make is the 3.5 by 3.5, and it makes a 2.5 by 1.5 inch envelope. All right, so if you don't have that, that's the size envelope that you need to create exactly what I have here. So I already have my pieces ready to go. So again, this piece is, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong measurement. We are doing the 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. That's what this is. And this is a 2 by 3 envelope. And we are going to start the score lines on 2 3/8. I got ahead of myself. All right, let's find the 3/8 right there. All right. Take this out. So this is a 2 by 3 envelope. Now when you're creating this, you go by the score line, no longer the 2 3/8. I goofed up on that when I was creating these and finally figured it out. So I'll just give you the heads up if you have this. You're going to go by the score line. The first one is 2 3/8, and then that's all you have to do. Then you just go by the score line the rest of the way. All right, now my envelope is formed, so we don't need this anymore. So we'll take that out of the way. All right, now what we're going to do is we are going to go around the outside edge. So for the first covered paper clip, I used cardstock. So both of the designer paper were cardstock. This is double-sided printed presentation paper. So presentation paper, you can use regular computer paper as well, but presentation paper takes a colored print so nicely. And I don't want my paper too thick in my journal, my embellishments too thick, because I want to have enough pages to write in my journal and not have it all be embellishments. So now at this point, we're going to fold in all the flaps to make the envelope. This one's going to fold up. And this one will fold back. And we're doing this to put the paper clip behind this to be the hidden part. So I always cut mine off here. So I need to go back and needs to be a little bit straighter. There we go. And then do that. And then I want to put some distress ink on the top here. Okay, now we're going to put our envelope together, and I'm going to just put glue on these two sides like that and fold up. All right, now we're going to work on the paper clip part on the back side. So what I have here is an extra piece of paper, and we are going to, and I'll give you what this measurement is. It is 4 1/8 by 2 1/4, and I'm going to just put it underneath the flap. And do that. And we're going to cut this out. And now we're going to put the smaller paper clip. This is the regular size paper clips, like this. I think this was at Walmart. I got this at Walmart as well. Just regular size paper clips for this one. We're going to put the biggest part in the front. Put that on there. And then we're going to try it again and make sure. We need to take a little bit extra off because the paper clip, you can see right here, takes up some room under that flap. Let's try it again. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. So what I'm going to do is put glue here. And put some glue around this. And then we're going to fold it down. And then before I go any further, I'm going to take my envelope punch board and I am going to punch that point there to round it off, just like that. Now we're going to glue this side down so that the paper clip will be hidden in between those two sheets of paper. Fold it down. And this is where you can see that it clips onto your sheet like that. And then you can always stick another tag or something underneath that. So we'll pull that off. Make sure we don't have any crinkles here. All right, now we're going to decorate it. So we're going to use a little piece of lace that I have. I'll show you the lace that I used was like this. So I just snipped off one of these little areas. And I'm going to stick it in the corner like this on my envelope. I will link the person whose idea this envelope was. I didn't use the exact same type of envelope as her, but I'll link that below as well. And I'm going to use this little girl on the top like that. And then we're going to distress this. I know it has a little gray around the edges, but I like to put a little bit more. We're going to put that right there. And we're going to take this little tracing paper flower. We're going to put it right here. And then this is from the add-on kit. I'm going to slide it in the envelope. How cute is that, right? And then we're going to put some diamond dots across the top. And we're going to use pink for this. All right, we're just making sure that these are straight. And there's the next envelope made. Last but not least, we're going to be doing the pocket. Okay, so here's my pocket. And you are going to cut a piece of cardstock that has been printed on two sides. So I printed on two sides of the cardstock. This is 2.5 inches wide by the 11. Of course, my paper doesn't print the whole 8.5 by 11 paper. I can choose my printer to do that, but I didn't, so I cut the little white edges off. So this is a little bit smaller than 11 inches, but it still is going to work. So after you cut this at 2.5 by 11, you are going to score at 7 inches. So you have a score line there. So we are going to go ahead and fold on the score line. And then we are going to put our large paper clip on the top here. Okay, like that. And for my purposes, I put an L here, which just means large side of the paper clip, because I'm going to take this apart and I'm going to distress ink it. So the next thing we do is we fold this up to the very top of here, okay? And then we flip this over and we fold this up over like this. So we're going to stop at the bottom of the paper clip. See that? So we're going to do this. All right. Now we're going to fold over that top like this. And then we're going to fold this up, which makes the pocket like this. So you can see I have a whole extra bunch here, and I don't cut it off until after I do this. So I'm going to take it into my paper cutter and I cut off, let's see here, I cut off about a quarter of an inch. All right. And then the next thing you're going to do is, if you have a paper punch like I do here, any type will do, you're going to put a fancy edge on there. So let me go ahead and do that. Go on this side. And that's for the pocket. Like that. And I'm crooked. Okay, so let's cut it down a little bit more. Somehow I got crooked. Not sure how that happened, but let's cut it off. We'll just have a smaller pocket. Okay. And do this again. Nothing is ever a total loss. We can still salvage this. But for you, just cut it off a quarter inch. All right, now I'm straight. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this paper clip out. And I am going to do the distress ink. And I do it on both sides. And the next thing I do is the mountains on the scores. So that's folded that way, so I'm going to put my distress ink on that. All right, and this one is a mountain. So I'm going to distress ink that. And this one, I already did this one. Okay, then I'm flipping it over, and this mountain, distress ink. Okay, this mountain. And this mountain. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to put our paper clip. So there's the L. So the large side of the paper clip goes in there. And this is going to flip up. So what I want to do is take this back out, and I want to round the edges out. So I have my little corner rounder right here, and I'm going to round this out. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same with this side, with the one right underneath it, this one here. Now we're going to put the paper clip back in. You can find your way back by the little L, large side, in the middle. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is glue this right up over that paper clip. And then we're going to go to the back and do this one. All right. And this is the part that'll clip over your page. Then we are going to glue this side down. Like this. And then we just need to put a little bit of glue on the pockets. Like that. All right, now we've got our little tags. I'm going to slip in here. This is the little girl I chose for this pocket. Let's go ahead. We're going to cut her down. And we're going to attach her on this little corner right here. Like that. All right. And then we have the little word, and I'm going to distress that. That's going here. All right, now I'm going to do my diamonds, and I do have a flower here somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. Oh yes, so our little flower is right here. We're going to stick it right there. It's cute, right? Then we're going to do just 3 little diamonds under the word. My ribbon in the way there. Got 2. All right. Wants to be persnickety here. Okay, the 3 little diamond dots. And I'll pull these up a little bit. And there you have this pocket ready to go. And I'm going to show you how to make the little flower now. And I do not have any more of the avocado dyed tissue paper, but I do have this tea stained paper. So we're going to make one out of this. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut about 1-inch strips of your tissue paper. All right, and then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to cut 1 inch again. We're going to cut 6 of them. So 1, 2. So this is easy to make. 3, 4. Is that 4 or 5? 4. Okay. 5 and 6. So we'll take that out of the way. So we have 6 1-inch squares, and we're just going to line them all up. And just so that they're squared off. They don't have to be all even. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a regular old common pin and push it down the center of all these sheets to make a little hole. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little brad, and I have one right here. Doesn't matter what color it is because it's not going to show. And you're going to put the brad down the center. And then you're going to turn this over and then pull the prongs. So that all your little papers are together. Now, we don't have to be fussy. We're just going to cut around this in a circle. So you can make your circle as large or as small as you want. And it doesn't have to be even. I'm just going to take that little point out of there. And this little point out of there. So that I have something that looks like that. I'm going to bring it up so you can see it. All right. That's what I have. So now I'm going to start pulling up the little sheets of tissue paper. Separating them. I got glue on my fingers, so it's a little bit harder right now. But you're going to pull them up and then you're just going to scrunch them. Just scrunch them. So that was my first one. And make sure you pull it up all around and scrunch it. That's 2. And number 3. Pull it all the way up, all around. Scrunch it. And do 4. And 5. And then the last one, I just leave. And I put this on the table. And there you have, it's like almost like a little carnation. And what I do from here is I just take my little diamond or crystal stickles and I go over the top of it. Just like that. And I have a tiny, cute little flower for my embellishments. Here we go. And it basically stays that way once you put the little glitter on there. And there you have it. That is the end of my tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed this and that you found it helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave me a comment if you have any questions. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, also the like button. And until next time, remember to sprinkle kindness like confetti everywhere you go. And happy crafting. Bye-bye.